morning. It's Monday again, and the next in our series of Meet the Makers. I'm just going to wait for some people to come on before I start gabbling on. Hopefully, you'll see our little icon popping up. We decided today that we would go for 12 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock for a bit of a change, and see if we can catch you all having your lunch. Hi Sharani, hello Nikki. I can see lots of people joining. Hopefully we will have Sharon with us very shortly. Very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got to share with us. Hope you're all having a good week. Hope last week was good for you. On the British Craft House, we had a bit of a stellar week, to be honest. We were so lucky that one of the awards or list that we've been included in the last 12 months is the F Entrepreneur list, and they asked me about 2 weeks ago if I had a quote that would be suitable to go with their article, and so I duly sent across my quote, and the quote was used, and we ended up getting 150, or just slightly higher than 150 pieces of publication, and so that's pretty amazing. We were in papers, local papers, national papers, so it was a good week for the British Craft House, and it was my birthday week too, so that was all good. Anyway, I can see that Sharon is hovering around. That's always good, and I'm going to get Sharon her amazing journals. So it's very exciting. I'm really enjoying doing these Meet the Makers. It just gives you a glimpse behind the scene, and there she is. Hi, Sharon.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
All right, thank you.
Yeah. It's all good here. I've been faffing around with my light. The light in this room is really, really lovely. With the blind up, it's a bit bright if the sun's out. So I've just been trying to do a weather forecast to work out whether I should leave the blind up or down. So it's down at the moment. So if it goes dark in a minute, then I've made the wrong call. How are you? How's your Monday going so far?
Yeah, okay. Just dealing with lots of order requests this weekend. So I've been shifting through those. It's taken me nearly all morning to just get back to people about this, that and the other, which is nice. It's great. And I've had a little tidy up as well, because I know you were all coming.
Oh, well, yeah. So I mean, I wake up every Monday morning. I think I need to really get my house organised and started, and really sorted, and then Tuesday comes, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the following Monday I get up and think, right, this is the week I'm going to get my house sorted. Yeah. But there's always so many other things to do, and everything else is just more interesting, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'd rather make journals any day.
So can you just explain where you are in the country? Give us an idea of where you are and who you are.
Yeah. So I'm Sharon, Mallory Journals, and I live in Shipston-on-Stour, which is the north end of the Cotswolds. It's a beautiful area, a little town. It's got a lovely community spirit to it. There's lots and lots of arty, crafty people in this community as well, which is fantastic. And obviously we've got the beautiful Cotswolds just on our doorstep. So and I have a workroom which is on the top floor of my house, so I can just make a massive mess, which, believe me, it is at the moment, but I can actually just walk out at the end of the day and shut the door, and then come back and start straight away in the morning, which is great. I love it.
Oh, that's perfect. And so is it just you on the top floor then?
No, there's another bedroom on this floor as well, so yeah.
Brilliant. And then that's good as well, because I think that the further removed you are from the kitchen when you work at home, the better it is for your waistline. I have a real problem with wandering through the kitchen and not trying to take something out of the fridge or out of the cupboard. So no, I'm actually moving myself out into the garden later in the year, and I think that'll be my ultimate solution, just to get me out of the house. No, that sounds brilliant then, just to be able to close your door and walk away at the end of the day. So how did you start? Explain how your
journal making story started?
Actually, before I sort of made journals, I'm an upholsterer, and so I used to do chairs and different things, and also make curtains and soft furnishings and things for people. And I in 2011 I opened an Etsy shop which was basically making and selling bags, and that was good, but they are quite time consuming and complicated, and then my life changed a little bit in 2012, and I needed something that was a bit more pick up and do and carry on. And I had this little bit of leather, upholstery leather, hanging around, and I thought, well, I need to make something for my husband. What do I make him? And I did a bit of research, and basically I made this. So this is the very first journal I ever made, which is a bit...
Oh wow, that is so special. That's so special that you've got it. Did he use it then, or have you
it's full,
just kept it?
It's absolutely
full.
Really? I can't show you the inside, but so it's basically got a button on it with a very sort of, you know, rustic thing, and inside I lined it with the most hideous brown paper. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it kind of worked, but it didn't really. But that is a precious journal, and so that's the very first one. He loved it, and since then he's had 2 more. So, you know, I didn't make such a bad job, did I?
No.
And then we got married in 2012 as well, and so I needed to make something for all the people that helped us with the wedding, the bridesmaids and etc. And I thought, oh, I might make a few more of those journals. So I bought a bit of leather in, made some more, and it's basically gone on from there. I made a few extra, I put them in my Etsy shop and I sold them. And it wasn't long after that really that I actually just stopped making bags, and I was really got stuck into making journals. And then, you know, I tried to sort of improve on what I was doing, and getting this sort of paper. This is another one, this is a really early one. It's got beautiful, and that is really old music paper, in my journal. And I researched and researched and researched of how to get this beautiful papers inside onto this leather. It took me a long time, but I got there, and that's where I am now. So but from that I can develop what I do, and so my style of journal is very flexible. So if you wanted to use it for travel, say, or as a photograph album, and you're going to stick things in, I can expand the spine. I can make the spine bigger so that the signatures are further apart, so that when you fill it, it's not going to go out of shape, which is great because a lot of people do, you know, memory journals, travel journals, that kind of thing, and they really enjoy filling journals. And I do have a lot of repeat customers because of that. But also my journals are refillable. Now you can buy a kit from me, or you can send it to me and I can do it for you. Got to be honest, not many people do that. They tend to buy my journals and then buy another one.
Yes, I think I would do that as well, because you'd want to, you almost, I think that a journal kind of travels with you, doesn't it, on your journey for that period. And actually you want to, I would imagine you would want to just capture, you know, capture that kind of thing and keep it as it is. Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's amazing. So do you, I know you get involved in your local arts weeks and things, don't you? So have you got one of those coming up? I think, did I see you were doing something online?
Yes. So last year I got involved with actually Oxfordshire, although I'm in Warwickshire. I got involved with Oxfordshire because there was a group of us that got together and we had got planned this really lovely event which was in Oxfordshire, and obviously got cancelled due to COVID. So we kind of went online with it, and then this year we're kind of doing the same thing. So we're on Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to do our online thing. Obviously Oxfordshire Outreach themselves will actually be doing the event on their social media, etc. as well. Yes. So I'm heavily involved with that. So the group that I'm involved with is called Arts in the Cotswolds. We've got a potter, we've got a couple of artists, we've got a textile artist, ceramicist, we've got a printer, and so we're quite diverse. So we're looking for that in May. That's in May. So
yes.
Yeah.
They've just, their Instagram account has just joined the conversation. Art in the Cotswolds. Give them away. I know, that's brilliant. So without giving away any of your trade secrets, where does your journal start? Do you get an idea for the colours, the textures, the patterns? You know, are the insides usually the same, or is it literally a blank canvas that you know, that you run with what the customer wants? How does the process work? I'm thinking I'm going to buy a journal, a music themed one from you, for my daughter.
Yeah,
who's just about to do her grade 6 piano, and so when she's done that and she starts doing her grade 7 piano, she can have a nice new notebook that her teacher will write in every lesson. So what I'm thinking is that I'll ask her what kind of she'd like it to look like, how big she'd like. Is that how the process kind of works?
Absolutely. And as you probably know, there is a music journal in my British Craft House shop. That is a small A6 journal, and it's got a music themed lining. So it's got pictures of posters of musical events. It's very classical music-y. So that journal is obviously made in my shop. But if you wanted a journal with red leather but the same lining, yeah, can do that. I also do have a store of music, sheet music, that I can make journals out of. Now, it's not going to be that I've got a specific piece of music, because I could be searching forever for that, but I've certainly got some sheets, and you might say I want an A5 in that colour with this kind of closure, because I do different closures as well. And you know, I might want to stick things in it, so yes, can you expand the spine? You might say I'd actually like lined pages in it. Yeah, can do that. Or I've also got dot grid paper. So for people that do bougeot and you know, creative journaling, can't actually say the word of what it is because it's copyrighted. But you probably know what I mean. If you don't, Google bougeot, because it's a whole different world of journaling. So yeah, the way I start is I might buy a new paper that I think, oh, that's beautiful, it looked lovely in a journal, and find the leather that goes with it, make a beautiful journal, put it in my shop. Someone might then contact me and say, I really like that paper, but can you do it with blue leather? Yeah, of course I can. I've got 20 odd leather colours, and I also do cork journals, and I've got 10 cork journals, I think. They are slightly different though, cork. I can't line the covers because it just doesn't work. So, but they are beautiful just as they are, because the cork is lovely. So yeah, so lots of
I've got Linos asking, do you have any pottery themed paper?
Do I have any? I don't think I do. No, but it's definitely something I could look out for. That's the other thing, you know, if I haven't got it, I can see what I can find. I might find something with, I don't know, vases on, or I get some very obscure requests sometimes. Leonardo da Vinci was one. Somebody wanted a Leonardo da Vinci one. I managed to find some paper, so that's now in my range, and I've sold a couple of those. You know,
Brilliant.
So, yeah, just people asking, it leads to other things, which is, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so creative. And I'd say that 50% of what I actually make is custom order. It looks quite a
brilliant.
lot. Yeah.
And that's really special, isn't it? And that's what elevates you above, you know, other things that people can buy on the internet. You know, they might be able to get it faster, you know, arriving tomorrow in a huge oversized box, you know, but actually it's not, they're not choosing, they're not, you know, it's just a different beast, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's cool. Have you got some books there to show us, Sharon? Have you got some that you can show us?
Yeah. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see?
Oh, well, no, just which is your favorite? You know, what is there one that you like making more than others?
No, not really. Let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, I'd say this is one of my favourites. So this is powder blue leather, and it's got a cotton cord with a beautiful wooden golden bead. And I've been doing this design for quite a few years. It sells very, very well. And inside it has the most beautiful dandelion paper. don't know if you can see that, but it's
Oh, that is pretty.
that particular one actually has lined pages, which I have that printed, as well as the dot grid paper, and I always put a page marker in a journal ribbon. There we go, a ribbon page marker.
Perfect.
So that's a golden dandelion. This is quite a new one, but it's rather, I think it's quite sumptuous. So it's a dark green leather. This cord is actually leather too. It's gold. It's like a round leather, and inside it has the most beautiful sea themed, and it really is.
Oh, that is
paper.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but with the cord around the outside, to me it's like something really important needs to go inside it. I mean, I know it doesn't. It could be just anything. But I'm thinking that I need one for my next planning stage for the British Craft House, and then tie it up so nobody can see inside and steal the secrets. I know they look absolutely gorgeous. Laura Llewellyn is saying they look fabulous on your shelf behind you. It's a really nice display. Someone's just asking, can you alternate lined and unlined pages so you could use it as a notes in a sketchbook?
Absolutely. Yes. In each journal there's 5 signatures which are stitched in separately. So the best thing to do is to decide of those 5 or more. If you want more signatures, I can put that in as well. If you want, say, 3 of those signatures with dot grid or lined paper, I can do that too. So, and it just, that's how personal it can get. So yeah.
Perfect. No, that's fantastic. So do you have one book that sells best? You said your powder blue is a good seller. Is there one that people are drawn to, or is it quite a diverse selection when you get busy?
This one is actually quite a good seller, but this one isn't in the British Craft House at the moment. I'm planning on, because I've now made one, taking and improving the photographs. So in the next few days, this one will appear. So I've just finished it this morning. So it's red leather.
Is that smaller?
Is that
a smaller one?
Yeah, this is a 6 size, and inside it has the most lovely Art Nouveau lining, all very, very colourful. This is one that I definitely get a request for. Have you got a bright blue leather? Have you got a bright green? Because it's got so many colours in it. That's
gorgeous.
That's very, very customizable with leather colours. So yeah. So that is really gorgeous.
Diane from Adian Crafts is saying they look such gorgeous quality. What a perfect gift. It is a really good gift, isn't it? And I think as well, it's kind of a good gift for 18th and 21st when you kind of don't know what to buy, but you want to buy something, and even if they put it away in a drawer and don't use it for 5 years, it doesn't matter, does it? It's something that's really, really special.
What a lot of people do for occasions like that is they'll commission me to make a journal, sometimes map journals, because map journals where I can put 2 maps in, one in the front, one in the back, of maybe a special place or some holiday or a wedding or blah blah, and they will actually then fill the journal with photographs and cards and things that are special to the person, and then give that as a whole gift, and they go down really, really well. And because that's fine, you see, we can try and work out how we can accommodate what they want to put in and the number of pages. They might not need so many pages, or they might need a few more. So and then you're giving like a really special gift, but it's a whole thing. It's full of memories, and so I do.
Yeah,
that's.
I know, that's gorgeous. I feel the need now to do one of them for each of my children. I would probably have to go into the attic and might be gone for some time to. It's funny actually, because when I used to sell things, and I sold quite a lot of things on Etsy, and I used to sell keepsake boxes and a lot of them were for babies and for childhood, but I never actually did them for my own children, which is shocking, really. I must have sold maybe, I don't know, 300 or 400, you know, of these big keepsake boxes, but it was always a good idea to keep stuff together, because actually, you know, and I don't throw anything away, so I absolutely have all of the composite parts that I could make this lovely journal. But it's just, you know, just honing it down and working out where everything is amongst the pictures they've done at school, and the, you know, learning to read, kind of learning to write books. No, I think that's a gorgeous idea. That's, you know, that is really nice. You should do a blog on that, you know, because sometimes I don't think I would have thought of doing that in a book, but, you know, if I was to see one, I would think, oh, you know, that is so special.
I think it's because, you know, books are so rigid that if you try and stick things in, it would, you know, it would stick out and it would look simple. Whereas if you talk to me and we can work out how much 40 photographs, for example, would be, we can actually explain accordingly, so that, you know, and people take them on holiday. They've had maybe a travel journal made of where they're going, and with them they will take a journal with an expanded spine, and then they will take a box of glue dots, so that as they're traveling they can write and draw and stick things in and come home with it, which is lovely.
That's perfect. No, I love that. Melanie Charles Artist is saying, what's the largest size you can make to use as a sketchbook?
Well, because of the way that they are, I can make A4 journals, but I don't make them very often. This is not a hardback book, so they can be a bit unwieldy if they're too big. So A5 is a good size, but I do keep some A4 paper. So it's not A4, as it's bigger than A4, so that I can fold it. But I have made them in the past, so I've never been happy particularly with how they handle. So generally I would refuse to make an A4 because it's just so not right and I'm not happy with it. So the biggest journal is an A5.
No, that's cool. That's brilliant. No, and it is one of those things, isn't it, that I understand that, because actually doubling the size with your soft kind of covers, you know, it's quite an unwieldy, you know, A4 is quite big actually, isn't it? You know, it's
so I'd rather just stick to what I know is good and what works. So.
Also, I would imagine selling online, actually, that's not a size you'd want to be trying to post. I think that the larger anything gets, the more expensive it is now, isn't it? With you know, going into medium-sized parcels.
Absolutely.
So, can you tell us, Sharon, about your journey on the British Craft House? When did you join us? Please don't say it's rubbish. Tell us all about your your experience with us.
Well, I joined actually quite early on, probably before Christmas, so 2019, November, December time. It was probably the wrong time of year to join because I was so busy, but I saw it and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to do this. You know, I'm on that big platform, I'm not happy with it, and I need to do something else. And I thought, I have been watching this for quite a while and thinking about, you know, where I can go. And I have tried other platforms, but the British Craft House, the ethos is good, the help from yourself and the hub is amazing. The setup videos and all the information is great, it's accessible, it's straightforward. Once you get what you need to do, it's quite easy to keep that going because you've got it in your head and it works, it brings the orders in, you know. And that big other platform doesn't do that. They don't tell you how to get orders, they don't tell you anything. You're on your own with that. And whilst I've done okay over there, you know, I don't like their ethos anymore. It wasn't, when I joined in 2011, it was lovely. It really was, but it's nothing like that now. So the British Craft House for me, it's like a hug. It's like a big hug because you feel included, you're part of a great community and you're selling, and everybody else that's there is so passionate about what they're making and what they're doing, and they're proud of it, and that's the best thing for me. You know, I'm in a like-minded community and we're all helping each other, which is great.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I think it is true what you say. Once you kind of get in the swing of it, then it's really straightforward.
Yeah.
And I think it's like anything when you do something new. And you know, we get people that come in from Etsy, kind of poke their nose in, have a look around and say, oh no, it's just all too complicated, because what they're looking for is a quick fix, and they want to just replicate their Etsy shop in a British environment and to get the same amount of sales. And it's just set up differently, and you know, and I completely get that, and I respect the fact when they leave and say, oh, I'm just going to go back to what I know, because it is easy, you know, and Etsy obviously have a kind of finite amount of money for development and improving development, you know, and we're still growing, you know, so it is a different thing, but no, you're a great part of the team, and it is fabulous when you think back to when you joined and you asked lots of questions, lots of questions, but now you answer those questions, and it is one of those things that you can't have a 50-page, you know, journal or manual or whatever for when people join, because it would just be too much. So, you know, it is kind of giving the framework, and then, you know, working out how to tweak it and how to work it. But yeah, it definitely works if people buy into what they need to do and listen, rather than just cut and paste their Etsy shops in and say, well, that's rubbish.
Yeah,
but no, that's brilliant, and no, and you're a great part of the team, Sharon. We really like having you as part of the team. I say we, it's just me. I don't know why I say we all do that in small businesses, don't we?
Yeah.
But it is just me here, just you there. Somebody actually said the other day, they were talking to me about marketing, and they said, who does your social media? Well, I do my social media. I said, Diane helps me do the social media. They said, well, you know, who does all your graphics and stuff? Well, I do. You know, and it's like the sort of delusion that there's this huge army of British craft house workers. And it was funny, actually. I had an email the other day from somebody who actually thought we were like a big team of workers in Covent Garden. And I think that's because obviously that's our registered address, but it was people that supplied bikes to Freddie's Flowers, and they were trying to supply us all with bikes as a free trial with pedal bikes, so that we could get around London with our goods. I've got a question here for you, Sharon, from Penny Varley. She's saying, do you also do other craft events?
I do. I know Penny. I do. In my local town, we have a arts and crafts market, which I help to organise that. It's a street market, and we normally have that twice a year, which is such a lovely one to do. But I also do the Contemporary Arts Fair in Stratford-on-Avon, which is held in the beautiful town hall there. That's like a 2.5-day event. Compton Verney, which is a gorgeous it's a stately home, and it's being converted into a art gallery, and they have different events on throughout the year, and they have a textile one, so I get involved with that. Art in the Park in Leamington Spa, which is like a weekend event of all sorts of art, craft, music, all sorts of things. It's fabulous. I've done that a couple of times. But yeah, I do love events. And there's Chipping Camden, we've got a group. Some of them are involved with Arts in the Cotswolds as well. So we do things in Chipping Camden and the Cotswolds, and I love doing events. It means I can get out and talk to my people about my journals, which, as you can see, I quite like talking about them.
Are any of those on this year then, Sharon? Are people actually going ahead with live events in the summer?
There may be one in Chipping Camden. We may do one in Shipston, but we're we're still a little bit reticent about it.
I think everyone's a little cautious, aren't they? You know, just not quite sure whether it's the thing to do or not to do to get them booked.
I've sent a few applications in for things, but I haven't had anything particularly back yet. I think everybody's just the same, aren't they? They're just a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
But I've got to say that not doing events has really upped my game on social media. I've learned so much over the last year. I've been on social media right from the word go since 2011, but I feel like I know so much more. I really do. And then with the British as well, learning how to get yourself seen and all that SEO side of it, and some of that you can apply to your social media and think, well, actually, yeah, that's, it's not just about the British Craft House. What I've learned with you and the other sellers, that makes you think, oh yeah, I can do that in that way to get yourself seen a bit more.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I did an interview with a big national paper. I'm not going to say who it is and jinx it in case they don't publish it. But one of the things they were talking to me about was how the people on the website, how the sellers, how they would have changed when they come out of the other end of the pandemic. And it was a really interesting question because obviously we've got some sellers who literally had never sold online and arrived to us. They would normally be selling in Beals and independent shops and big county fairs and the big kind of high-end kind of Hampton Court fairs, but they never sold online. So for them, actually now, it may not be that Twitter or Facebook or Instagram is their comfort zone, but they're all set up on them now, and they're also online. And so I think in many ways, from the weirdest year ever, lots of people will come out of it with strings to their bows, so it's from something that could have been quite negative, they'll come out with a positive event because their events will all come back on, the high street will reopen, their things will be back in the shops, but they'll also have online. So it's going to be I think that for lots of people it's actually going to be a positive thing. And I think perhaps if you don't sell online but you sell in fairs and things, it's probably one of those things in the back of your mind that you always think, I really should do that. I really should set up an online shop. I really should get myself on Twitter. So all of those boxes are ticked now. And so I think that potentially, the growth, and I think at fairs as well, if you're then able to say, well, here's my card, come and find me online, you've then extended the window that person is potentially going to shop and potentially become a long-term customer, even if they live 100 miles away. So I think potentially it is a positive thing. But you're right as well, that I think that's the beauty with the hub, and that everyone's got different areas that they're really good at. And I certainly learn things all the time where people have really got into the bones of Instagram and have completely worked out the things. And that's one of the things I love about the hub, is that people don't learn something and think, I'm going to keep that for myself. I'm going to, people are quite happy. They say, wow, I've learned this thing. I want to share it with all of you.
It's great
because and I think that's quite special, and so we can all learn, every day from other people, and that kind of saves time, doesn't it? Having to investigate every little thing, so it can all come together much easily. But brilliant. But no, I'm really chuffed at your sales, and life's pretty good, really. I think for Mallory Journals and the British Craft House. It's brilliant. And unlike lots of the sellers, you're really easy to find around social media if people want to find you afterwards, because you are everywhere. You are Mallory Journals.
That's me. I have to Google it and it all comes up as a big list. But
no, that's it. No, no underscores, no hyphens, no nothing. Just Mallory Journals.
You're fine.
That's cool. I wonder if that says something about you as a person. I'm not going to psychologize. No, but I think it's good because you've chosen the name, and you it's available everywhere, and you've got it everywhere, and No, that's I think that's brilliant. No, well, thank you, Sharon. It's been so lovely to get to know you. I am going to commission a music journal for my daughter, I think, and she can have it when she passes her grade 6. If they ever, well, they're supposed to be going back to face-to-face exams in the summer, but it's all a bit up in the air. But I'm definitely going to come and buy a journal from you. You've got a few people in the chat that I'll copy it across later that are saying they want. Somebody earlier said it's their birthday this week and they're heading off to your shop in a minute. So so that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no, well, that's brilliant. Well, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and it's lovely to talk to you.
Yes.
And yeah, keep making those gorgeous journals.
I certainly will. Not planning on giving up ever.
Take care. See you later. Thanks, Sharon. Bye.